Talking about nurturing again, you see, an example of nurturing, first from the Bible, would be the story of Samuel and Eli. Now, Samuel and Eli, alongside Eli and his sons. The Bible makes us to understand that at his early age, he started to hear God. Could not understand what he was hearing, and then he went to Eli and said, "Oh, this is what I've been hearing. Have you been calling?" And Eli said, "No." The next time, so Eli actually taught him, "This is what you do. This is how you do. This is how you listen. This is how you reply." That's nurturing a son. And Samuel was not his biological son, was a spiritual son to Eli. And then his own sons, Phineas and the brother also, were also people that were nurtured. But probably, should we say, they didn't want to go in the way of the Lord. And then we could see how those two individuals, the children of Eli and Samuel, the distinction in how they ended up their journey of life. And so, and nurturing takes time. Nurturing requires diligent discipline from the person who is giving that nurturing, and from the person who is accepting nurture. This in terms of individuals, or when you are nurturing another person, to the person who is willing to be nurtured also has a part to play as to your obedience, as to your submission. You could consider a mentor-mentee relationship as to your ability to follow the instructions given by the person who is nurturing you, your ability to be submissive, your willingness to follow through. And also when you are nurturing yourself. Now that's even the perspective of when you are nurturing others. Now, when you are nurturing yourself, you see, like I said earlier about you don't give from an empty space or from an empty vessel. You give from out of the abundance. So the first place of nurturing is yourself. You nurture yourself first. So as a young person, as an individual, how do you nurture yourself? How do you first nurture your being before you're able to nurture others, or before you nurture your spirit? I've mentioned that in our earlier video. You nurture your spirit, you nurture your body, you nurture your soul, you nurture your dreams, you nurture your future. For so long you might, as a young person, want to be thinking, okay, if I do this, how would I be perceived? I struggle with that a lot. Okay, what would this person think? How would this person think? How would I be perceived? But it really doesn't matter. It's about your space. How you nurture yourself is a process. And then if you don't nurture your growth and nurture yourself through the period of, or the season of growth, you might get overwhelmed, you might get discouraged, you might get tired, you might even, out of probably comparison, discouragement, burnt out, and all the exhaustion that comes from trying to grow and go forward, relax and not continue on this on nurturing your dreams. You see, that's the danger of it. So you have to first nurture yourself, nurture your spirit, man, nurture your soul and your mind, and then nurture your body. Nurture your body, because it houses your spirit. And so if your spirit man is nurtured, your mind is nurtured, they both will translate into you nurturing your body, because you will not want your body that houses your spirit and your mind to be weak and not have the capacity enough to bring into expression all the things that have been nurtured in your spirit and your mind. For teenagers mostly, I shouldn't say but with that we tend to want to try to fit ourselves into a kind of box that has been created, a kind of how do I put it? Yeah, let me use the word box, a box that has been created and you want to fit yourself into. But no, that's not it. God has created you with unique abilities, with unique talents, unique passion, unique drive that is different from other individuals or friends or peers. And that's why you have to be unique in your own way, to be able to fully nurture what God has given you, to nurture what God has given you. So, like I said, a summary of all I've been saying in my nurturing video is nurture yourself, nurture your dreams, nurture your values, your passions, nurture your future. Take time to be able to invest into your future, learn skills. It might not look like, oh, all these things matter at the time you are learning them, probably at 13, at 14 or 15 or 16 or even 17 or even 18. Okay, your opportunity to learn skills that would, at that instance, they are not necessary, but they will definitely make a difference going forward in life. It might not be at your teenage age, in your 20s or your 30s, you come across things that you look back and say, oh, thank God I did learn this. Thank God I took time to invest in myself, in learning this skill or learning this vocation of this. So please take time to invest in your future, invest in your growth, take time to pay the price of diligence. Invest in relationships. Invest in relationships. There are places you cannot get to. In your own capacity, you might not be able to get there. But because of the relationship you have built with people over the years, you have access to such areas. So please take time to invest, nurture relationships. If I have to pick at this point single, it's going to be long video. Nurture relationships. Nurture your future, nurture your growth, nurture your body, spirit, and soul. Take care for yourself. Sometimes you have to be selfish with you, selfish to other people, but not to yourself. Yes, self-care, self-compassion. Be compassionate to yourself. Don't beat yourself over things that you would probably, if someone else should have done that, or if someone outside did that, you would probably not beat them over it, but because yourself, be compassionate to yourself as well. So these are ways you can nurture yourself.